Hey there, I'm Sheryl Goodwin-McGarrah, your go-to guide for life's messy and magical moments. As a farm girl turned single mom, I often wondered what life would look like after my kids were grown. Turns out, it was all about rediscovering and loving myself first. On this podcast, we'll dive into topics that touch the soul, like love, loss, triumphs, and setbacks. So grab your favorite drink and buckle up. Welcome to the Imperfectly Charming Podcast. Welcome to today's episode, Messages from the Other Side. Today we delve into the profound and often mysterious connections we maintain with our loved ones who have passed on. Many of us find comfort in believing that those we've lost still guide and teach us from beyond the veil. During a recent group discussion on a Zoom call, we explored how these spiritual connections manifest in our lives through signs, symbols, and serendipitous occurrences. Join me as I share personal stories and insights into recognize these subtle messages that bridge the gap between our world and theirs. Let's dive in. A while back, I was on a Zoom call and the group was discussing a story of an unexpected loss of a loved one. And even though they had already transitioned, they were still guiding and teaching lessons from the other side. Personally, I have felt those same feelings from my dad over the last years since his passing. The woman leading the call had described her experiences of connecting with her mother and brother through unexplained occurrences, like a song being played unexpectedly or a symbol that showed up out of nowhere. I too have noticed some oddities over the past few years and felt my dad close by, or at least the essence of his beautiful soul. The leader had also challenged us if we were willing to call in what she referred to as magic of our own to connect with our loved ones. Not like connecting with the same relationship we had in the physical world, but rather a different kind of relationship and reverence for them now. If we were willing, she asked us to prove it to ourselves by choosing some sort of sign that when we saw it, we knew it was our loved ones sending a message. This idea may seem way out there to some or ridiculous to others, but I believe our loved ones are always with us in spirit. I thought about my magic sign, but I wanted it to be unusual so I would know without a doubt, but couldn't come up with the perfect sign. And then I went on with the rest of my day and totally forgot. That night, just 12 hours after the call, I had fallen asleep, and in my dream, I was thinking of a sign to watch for. Somehow, a green suit coat came to mind. Not clear why, but that was my sign. It seemed like within seconds, a heavy coat was thrown next to me on the bed, but it was too dark and I couldn't make out the color. Suddenly, I was in a new scene, and a man was standing in front of me wearing a tweed suit coat. And upon closer inspection, it was gray and green tweed. Holy cow. I knew my dad had sent me a message. He was near. Dang, that was fast. The feeling I had over me was so warm and loving when I woke that next morning. I believe our loved ones want to connect with us, but we either don't believe it can happen or we aren't paying attention. Messages from the other side makes the grief a little easier for me, and I hope for you as well. Consider a sign and then wait for the magic to connect you with your loved one. I'd love to hear your stories or messages from the other side. Thank you for tuning in to Messages from the Other Side. It's comforting to think that our loved ones continue to connect with us in unexpected and heartwarming ways. Whether it's through a song that plays at just the right moment, a sudden appearance of a meaningful symbol, or even a dream that seems to convey a message. These incidents remind us that love transcends physical boundaries. If you're curious or even skeptical, I encourage you to open your heart to the possibility of receiving your own signs. Choose a symbol, a song, or an object that reminds you of someone you've lost, and see if it appears in your life in unexpected ways. And if it does, embrace it as a gentle nudge from beyond, affirming that you are watched over and loved. Share your stories with us. Each shared experience helps us feel connected and comforted in our journeys through grief and beyond. Let's keep our hearts open to the magic and messages that our loved ones might be sending us from the other side. See you soon. If you love this episode, you won't want to miss my free workbook, 7 Simple Ways to Elevate Your Life. Head over to the imperfectlycharming.com website to snag your copy. And hey, if this podcast resonated with you, do me a favor, like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And until we meet again, shine on, friends.